Hello everyone and welcome back to Destiny. Season of Opulence is just around the corner and it will bring the final third of the Destiny 2 Forsaken annual pass. We're going to be learning much more about that in a couple of days, but a lot of us are starting to seriously wonder what's going to come after Opulence. Bungie has been drip feeding us little clues and nods, but I'm sure all of us can feel it in our bones that there will be a big reveal coming very soon, most probably in just a couple weeks. And today we can peel back one more layer of the mystery of Destiny 2 Year 3 with some comments made in a couple blog posts made by Bungie this week, including details of the next era of Destiny 2. Let's get into it. Before we begin, you may have noticed the new intro and show title. Starside is something that I started using with my written Destiny column over on nerdon.tv, and with the new variety of content on the channel, I wanted to give this show a full treatment and finally give it a name instead of just calling it my own internet handle. Of course, Starside is a Bungie reference. They like to say "see you Starside" a lot, and I just like the way it sounds, so blammo, show title. Anyways, so this week we got our usual This Week at Bungie, but we also got treated to a deeper look behind the scenes of the new raid coming in Season of Opulence. That raid is called Crown of Sorrow, and in an unexpected move by Bungie, it's being released only 6 hours after the launch of the new season and the deployment of all of the new content, and of course the increase of the level cap. I, for one, am very excited to see them experiment like this, and besides some of the other things we'll be going over today, this next year may be a great time for them to experiment with ideas and concepts for the future of the franchise. Now, the interesting thing here is that this was written by Destiny 2 launch game director Luke Smith. Luke went fairly quiet late last year after the whole Eververse and XP controversy. The last we heard of him was in regards to the future of the Destiny franchise during the season of the Drifter Vidoc. You can check out my video on his comments in that video down below. But now, with how much he is contributing to the Crown of Sorrow conversation, we're basically getting confirmation that he is in fact the lead on the Season of Opulence, which makes total sense since we are going to be returning to the Leviathan in this season, and that's the location of the game's first raid, the one that he was the game director for. I'm definitely excited for this next season that has an entire new raid, a separate match-made 6-person activity, and of course there's the small detail that this whole destination is going to be one giant puzzle box full of mysteries, secrets, and probably a lot of hidden treasure. I'm thinking a smaller and more concentrated Dreaming City. That sounds pretty awesome. But moving on to the main attraction, the reason I wanted to make this video in the first place, and that is the final bit in the TWAB, as of course written by Deej, which is sort of a rare treat nowadays. It says, "Right now, our focus is on Opulence, but after the season has launched and the raid belts have been awarded, we'll be looking deeper into the future and sharing with you more about a new era of Bungie and Destiny 2. Emphasis on a new era of Bungie and Destiny 2. What does this mean? Well, it means that we can in fact expect one more year of Destiny 2 content at the very least. Of course, you can simply take the word era to simply mean the start of Year 3, maybe complete with major feature additions, changes, maybe even new super subclasses, slew of new exotics. We do still have the rumors of the second annual pass, with it perhaps featuring a more front-loaded initial season to make it feel more like a Forsaken-sized expansion without it actually having one. Up until this point, we all assumed we would be buying Annual Pass 2 for another $30 or $35 and continue to fly under the Forsaken banner for a second year, continuing the story that's been developed over the course of this past year. Another way to interpret the word era is in the context of Bungie and Destiny 2 together, and that could be what I thought would be the least likely scenario for the future of the franchise, in which they keep Destiny 2 as the foundation for the next next series of major releases. Just imagine you still having Destiny 2 for the next however many years, with Forsaken-sized expansions every 2 years moving forward. As deflating as that might sound, it would make the most sense from a content production standpoint. Bungie no longer has the support of Vicarious Visions and High Moon Studios, so keeping their current foundation means that they can simply focus on new content instead of having to develop an entire new game. And all this remembering that they have less than a couple years to work on it. So you can see that there is an entire spectrum of speculation to be had here, and all of it is super interesting. Now, additionally, the quote also mentions a new era for Bungie, and I think that's them acknowledging that they fully understand that whatever shape this next expansion takes, it will be the first time Bungie is selling you their own game directly to you. This DLC is their first product as an independent publisher, and that's kinda huge. With this product, they are starting this new era of their business, and they're setting the tone of what this world might look like. If this next year is a flop, then come time for the next major game, it's going to be really hard to convince people that things are now different without Activision in the picture. In a weird way, this fall might be Bungie's defining moment. Anyways, what do you think is in store for us in September, and do you think that Destiny 2 would serve as a sufficient platform for the future of the franchise? Let's continue the conversation down below, and also a massive thanks to everybody who is continuing to watch our content right here on the channel. We have a lot going on with our podcast and our gameplays, so I really do appreciate all the support on that front. So if you enjoyed the video, a like is much appreciated, and of course be sure to subscribe to the channel. We have lots to still talk about in regards to Destiny's future, so you're going to want to stick around for all of that juicy conversation. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all next time.